like I'm in a cult. This is Sarah, and I sewed together a thing today. I'm wearing it right now, and I used a sewing machine. This is the first time that I've successfully used a sewing machine without breaking it. I had some luck today, and I was actually able to assemble a large-scale version of my Kakumaki pattern using some bed sheets that I scavenged from our guest bedroom. As you do when you need fabric, and the only thing that will do is your sheets. Mark measured me from about the middle of my neck down past the tip of my fingers, using a piece of string. Then, fortunately, he had a very large roll of butcher paper. He spread that out on the floor, and using the measurement markings on that same piece of string, I was able to trace the radius of my pattern on the butcher paper that was about the same as the miniature that I designed the previous weekend for my tiny Kakumaki mock-ups. Kakumaki mock-ups. Yep. Which, for reference, I'm going with the second design. After I cut out my pattern, I went ahead and made sure that my head hole was the correct size and cut out that arc. Spread out another piece of butcher paper on the floor to keep everything kind of clean. Made sure to keep my shoes off, and then very carefully spread out my bed sheet on top of the butcher paper so that I could trace my pattern on top of it and cut it out. I had to make sure that the material wasn't stretched in any way, otherwise it would have been distorted once I was done. I was very careful to pin the seams of my pattern together using a ton of pins, and then I actually used a sewing machine to attach one piece to another. That's a lie.
Just make sure, eye your fabric so it's straight with the foot.
Okay.
And you're gonna get your foot, you can move the pedal out, easier. Just don't want to jam on it when you've got your finger in there, so don't go too fast.
Oh god. Do I have to feed it, or will it just go?
It's gonna drag it through, so just make sure it stays straight. That's what you're doing, and don't put your fingers in there. And don't sew the pins. That's all we're gonna do.
In my whole entire life, of the 3 sewing machines I've used, I managed to jam or break all 3 of them. And I'm happy to report that this was the first time that didn't happen, so my confidence has been restored.
What are you doing? Uh-oh.
I'm doing it.
Time for a break. Is it recording?
Yeah. Yeah. I made a line.
That would have took hours.
I know. All right. Rinse and repeat. After that, I went out into the wind and tested my brand spanking new full-size Kakumaki pattern. God. So I have to modify the length a little bit so it's not quite so long, but I don't know, other than that, it's a shape with a hood. And that's a start. Today also happened to be one of the windiest days in the entire universe. Oh god. There. Alright, so I need to make the cowl, because I didn't include the cowl, the bit that sticks up and is going to come up to my nose. So it has to fit somewhere between the hood and where I attach the hood to the main bulk of the Kakumaki body. I don't know, I'll figure that out in a bit. But until then, keep making awesome stuff out there, and thank you for watching. And don't be afraid of sewing machines.